Hey, hello everyone. Good evening. Good evening, India. This is Vinay and Priya logging from Atlanta, Georgia. We are super excited and pumped for this amazing BBS happening. So before we start this session, we would like to start as a tradition. We'll start with a prayer.
Yeah, to help us with the prayer, we are going to invite Arita to, for the prayer.
Let's all stand up, bow your heads, and pray for God's presence at this event. We thank you, God, for blessing us and bringing us all today to this life-changing empowerment global event. We know this event will positively impact everyone who is watching, learning, and participating in this event. We thank you, God, for bringing us all to this virtual platform today to learn from leaders of this organization. We thank you, God, for helping us to be open-minded to receive the words of wisdom and knowledge from the speakers. Thank you, God, for helping us absorb the key lessons to move us forward in life and business. We thank you, God, for blessing all of us and our families with great health, wealth, and abundance in all aspects of our life. In this way, we pray. Thank you.
Thank you, Arita, for that. Guys, who is excited for this seminar tonight? This is going to be absolutely phenomenal. We got to hear some music, some energy, some excitement. Even if you're watching from YouTube, I'll tell you what, we can feel the excitement. So go for it. Get up, stand on your feet, show some excitement, show some energy. It's okay, even if your neighbors come and join your party, thinking there is some party going on, it's okay. That's how we celebrate the weekends, right? So without further ado, it's my honor and privilege for us to invite the speaker tonight. I'll tell you something, if you have heard KD and Nidhi before, you already know the impact they create through their training, through their wisdom, through their knowledge. It's absolutely phenomenal, right? If you have not heard KD and Nidhi before, I'll tell you, you got to buckle up, get ready. It's going to be absolutely inspiring, incredible, and impactful session tonight. So with that, we are ready to invite the speakers. So I'd like to start with a brief introduction. So KD and Nidhi are originally from India, currently living in United States of America. KD is software engineer by background, currently working as a business advisor in healthcare industry, while Nidhi has 2 master's degrees in computer science and works in project management. Few years back, KD met this group of entrepreneurs who changed his course of life in life. Though KD and Nidhi were highly successful in their professional careers, they embraced this opportunity to learn from the mentorship team to acquire life skills along with business skills. Today, KD and Nidhi are passionate about this opportunity to coach and mentor people around the globe to help them move from a good life to a great life. So KD and Nidhi are one of the fastest growing and sought after leaders, part of Empowerment Global. It's our honor and privilege to invite our own mentors, KD and Nidhi, Emeralds Going Diamonds, to share their journey of success. With that, let's make some noise, unmute, share the excitement, and welcome KD and Nidhi.
Thank you.
Are we supposed to know the song?
Wow.
That is awesome. Wow. What's up, India team? Oh my God. I can only see few of you on the screen, but I know there is a whole lot of you sitting on YouTube and you are plugging in today to listen to our journey. So we are excited about that. And oh my God, this is going to be one crazy night for all of you. Yeah. And I tell you what, we have no idea at what point in time some of our coaches might jump in as well. So I got a message.
We got to behave.
We got to be behaving, and we got to be honest. I sat down last night. I wrote some fake notes. I came here to impress you, tell you how good we are. But then I got a text this morning saying, looking forward to your BBS. We might jump on. That was one of my coach. And I was like, oh my God. So right before this, I had to redo all my notes. So good for all of you. You're going to hear some good and honest stuff. Nidhi, you think you are ready for that? You ready for that, Nidhi? So let's start with this. First few minutes, or first maybe 30, 40 minutes, we will just get introduced to you. We'll share a little bit about our story, our journey, where we come from, why this business, why this opportunity. And in the second half, we're going to talk a little bit more mechanics. What did we do to put this thing together for ourselves? And what do we continue to do every single day? Okay. Here's what our goal is. Our goal is not to impress you. Our goal is to actually impress upon you that this opportunity can create the choices that you want to create for yourself. It puts you in a place where you can control the shots in your life. And I honestly believe that's a goal that everyone has in their life. They want to be in control. Is that right? All of you want to be in control of your own life. And by no means we are any big shots. We are no big shots. We are ourselves on our journey, chasing the dreams and goals. We are ourselves chasing those bigger numbers, get to the bigger and better places in life. And I just want to kick off by just thanking the big guy up there, God. Not for him, I don't think so. None of us would be here. So we want to thank God for just bringing us all together. And as you walk through our journey today, you will see there was always a magical divine hand playing in our lives. And that's the reason we are where we are. And we want to thank our coaches. During our talk, we're going to talk a little bit about them, and you'll get to know all of us by the time we are wrapping up this session today. Okay. Now, here's what we want to start with. And when you look at KD and Nidhi, I want you to remember this. You don't have to be brilliant to win in life, but you got to be a dreamer. You don't have to be brilliant to win in life, but you got to be a dreamer, because they say dreams do come true. But if you don't have a dream, what will come true? And I think, honestly, this is the best that this opportunity and this community offers. You get people who are dreamers, who are doers, who are out there chasing every single day. They already have a good life, but they're chasing a better life. So congratulations if you're on this team as a new partner, or you've been on this team for some time. What you get the best out of this opportunity. The products are great. Don't get me wrong. The products are amazing. Amway as a platform is fantastic. Your coaches and mentors are great. The podcasts are great. The books are amazing. The VESs that you attend, the hangouts that you go to, the fun that you have is all great. But it's the best thing that you get is a group of men and women who are on their way to creating choices for themselves. They're doing good in life, but they're pursuing that greatness within them. And when you're surrounded by such wonderful people like me and Nidhi, we had no shots not to become better. And that's who we are. But the challenge with the dream is this. They say dreams, they come 2 size big so that you can grow into it. And that's where a lot of people, they struggle. They want to continue to be who they are and have better things in life. And that's where the biggest challenge is, because the old you will never create new results. So this journey, in our opinion, in my honest opinion, this journey is all about you and I putting ourselves together, and then the business come into formation for ourselves. But here's another challenge that you will run into. You'll run into people who will challenge your dream. They will not understand what you're pursuing. Maybe you're just a student, or maybe you're already a professional. You have a good job going for yourself. So your cousins and your uncles and aunts, and maybe even your own parents, they're telling you, why are you even pursuing this business? Why don't you get an MBA degree? Or some of your friends will text you on a Friday evening. They know you are busy. Actually, some of them are texting you right now. You should put your phones on airplane mode right now. Otherwise, one of your friends will text you like, hey, let's go for party. And you're like, you know what? This guy is sounding boring to me. Party sounds more interesting. No, hang in here. This party is going to get crazy tonight for sure. Okay. But anyhow, you will have people in life who will challenge your dream. They will question you. They will actually minimize you. They are not on this earth to destroy you, but they're there to make you stronger. Because when God gives you the dream, he will also give you a challenge. He'll give you a challenge and say, can you figure it out? And if you do, then whatever you desire is going to come true for you. And that's where I was. That's where my story starts. I was 25, 26 years of age. I was doing so-called good in my life. I was working as a consultant, as an analyst in a healthcare company. And I felt life is going to get better every single year. But at the age of 25, I just could not deny the reality. That's where I was. I just could not deny the reality that when I was starting my career, I knew that Ferrari is going to be the cheapest car I'm going to drive. I don't know if you have seen those convertibles. I think the movies, they mess us up. Right? Very few people actually have the finer things in life. But in movies, they rent that stuff, put it on the camera, put it on the screen, and then we start thinking, that's how I want to live. So that's where I was, age of 15, 16. We are all that era of the Khans, Shah Rukh Khans. You have seen them driving all those convertibles, and you're like, man, one day I'll have this.
Yeah,
And
landing
that's what
from
I-
the helicopter.
Oh yeah, him landing from what movies were there? I don't even remember the names
Yeah, I
now.
don't remember, but I do remember that helicopter scene.
Yeah, so they drop from the helicopter and you're like, oh, what's a big deal? Let me start working. I'll have a helicopter. And right now, some of you are actually in a helicopter on your job right now. You have no helicopters going for you. And by no means job are bad. I was 25, 26. When I look back at my life, I was like, age of 15, 16, I was thinking of Ferrari. Here I am, 25 years of age, and I'm driving a Nissan. Not a bad car. Nissan is a good car, but it's not compared anything to Ferrari. And that's where I had questions for myself. Do I continue on this path of just chasing the corporate career, sacrifice my health, sacrifice my relationship, sacrifice everything just to live a life? And I said, no, I want to do more for myself. And that was the burning desire I had. And that desire doesn't come from a Ferrari. That desire comes from, I come from a lower middle class family back in India. And I've seen my dad work really, really hard, and my mom. My dad had a small business, and I've seen him start his day like 7 in the morning at work. 4 in the morning is when he would wake up. 7 is when he's at work. And he would come back home 7 or 8 in the night. 12, 13 hours every single day, Monday to Saturday, and most Sundays. Talk about self-care, right? We talk about self-care these days. He had no idea about self-care. He was like, self-care means you go to work. And end result was I saw the family still struggle financially. So I grew up in a household, 3 sisters, mom, dad, myself. I'm the youngest, not spoiled at all. I had a lot of pressure to perform. When you're the only son, you have a little bigger shoulders because you got to carry the load one day. And that's where I was. And I said, no, I'm going to push my family forward. So I went to good school. I landed good jobs. I was recruited for Indian Army as an officer. But I went into software because I compared. I said, software engineer makes more money. I can serve my company by impacting the enter key on my keyboard versus fighting on the border. I said, I'll do that. And life fast forward, at 25, 26, I still found myself not happy, not fulfilled, not being able to pay my dad's debt, still having to tell my family, give me 1 more year. I will build a new home for you. Give me 1 more year. I'll get you a new car. But I could not do that with my job income. My job was not bad. I'm not knocking off job. You got to have a job. Matter of fact, your job is actually a vehicle that you can use to create a good business for yourself. But job didn't cut it for me. So I said, I'm going to look for opportunities. I will become who I need to become so I can have the life that I want to have for myself. And that was the start of my entrepreneurship journey. Little did I know I'll be talking in front of you one day. Because if they told me I'll be talking in front of you, I'll be like, nah, I will do something else. This is not easy for me. Even today, this is not easy for me. I may look cool, calm, but you have no ideas about the butterflies inside my tummy right now. But that's where I started my journey. I said, you know what? I don't want to complain, but I want to create. And a lot of people do that. They complain about education. Everyone, even including partners on the team. When you join the business, a lot of people, they complain. They go, oh yeah, I'm joining this partnership because my school didn't teach me finances. My school didn't teach me success. And we go, that's okay. But education, you cannot knock off education. You cannot talk bad about your school and college, because Swami Vivekananda said, and he said it beautifully, education should just create more appetite for education. Problem is not the education. Problem is who got educated. So I didn't knock off my college degree. I said, you know what, that's great. But when I looked at this opportunity, this partnership, you know what? I found out this is education of life. So I have seen partners who complain about college education. Oh, college didn't teach me success. And now when we start teaching you success, you're like, oh, this is too boring for me. Give me something exciting. And here's a bad news for you. The grunt work to create success is very boring, but the results are phenomenal. But that's where I started for. For me, it was always about the family. I just wanted to create success for my mom, for my dad, for my sisters. I just wanted to make them proud. And it's funny. I've seen my mom give up jewelry so she could pay for my tuition fee. And she was here visiting us recently. And me and Nidhi, we go for shopping. It is her birthday. And the easiest thing you can do to please your wife is buy her some diamonds. That's the best thing you can do. She forgets.
Here
how
you go,
to-
$1,000,000 tip. Please write it down in bold, write it in a red font. It's $1,000,000 tip. Go ahead, Katie.
Yeah. And it's a scary tip, by the way. I hope your wife was not listening to this right now. I hope she was sleeping or something. But anyhow, she likes shopping for diamonds, and I've got to have money to shop for diamonds. And I remember taking Nidhi for shopping, and my mom was visiting me, and she goes with me. She's 77 years of age, plus minus, because I don't know when she was born and everything, but 77 is what she says. Old, but still has that desire for finer things in life. And I remember her sacrificing gold so that we could turn into gold one day. And so we were shopping, and I was like, Mom, do you want to buy something? She's like, no, this is too expensive. I'm like, try a ring. And that was not even in the plan. And she put on a ring, and sometimes the ring fits you so well, and the person really wants to buy it, and you can see it on their face. Doesn't matter, 60-year-old, 70-year-old, or 25-year-old. Girls, I think jewelry is same for you no matter what. And I saw her sparkle in her eye, and Nidhi can talk through that. And guess what? I didn't have to think second time saying, should I buy a diamond ring for my mom? She's 77. Does she really need this? I'm not flashy. I'm not materialistic. Or money doesn't buy you happiness. No, that's nonsense. I used to say all those things when I didn't have the money. Right? Today, my goal became, I want to have enough money. So even if I make a statement like that, it was not because of the money. And guess what? We did Nidhi's shopping, and I had to do my mom's shopping. And I come back home. It was not an expensive ring. It was just 50,000 rupees or something, not super expensive. But for her, it meant the world for her. And that day, standing there, I was like, thank God I was willing to give up some of my parties, willing to give up little things in my life so I could buy a small little ring for my mom at a 77 years of age.
Yeah, and that was an incredible moment of happiness, because we saw her already, thinking which finger am I going to wear it in? Let me just adjust the existing ring, putting in this, and empty the specific finger so that she can put it in. And it was, they say everyone has a child within them. So we could see that little child jumping up and say that I like it and I do want to get it. And it was a happy moment that we were able to provide her with what she wants, right? But it all starts with a dream. I know Katie was talking about being a dreamer, and they say that dreams are fragile. But that really doesn't matter. The person who is chasing the dream needs to be tough enough. So through this opportunity, through this mentorship, we all have become those tough warrior within that, the bigger the dream is, the bigger the chase is, the bigger the hurdles may be. But then if you are a strong person within, you will be able to overcome that. And that's who you become as part of the process, which Katie was talking about, right? Journey towards success is boring. It's the same thing over and over again. It's a repetitive work. However, the results are fantastic. You can customize it. You can make it dynamic. You can do whatever you want with it. But it all starts with a dream. All great things starts with a dream. It starts with an idea, and then it gets manifested. So I also had a dream of providing for my family. I do come from a middle-class family as well, back in Gujarat. And I have a younger brother. I am the elder sibling. And my father worked in accounting industry. My mom is a homemaker. So we had a decent life. It was average, right? Average middle class, not too much, but also not a scarcity of anything. So we grew up in that environment. But my mom is quite ambitious. So she was not able to probably fulfill a whole lot of things because she did not get either an opportunity and or resources, but she always lived her life through her kids. She always wanted us to do more, to become better, to take risks, to tap into our full potential. And that's what she taught to both me and my brother, to be able to achieve more in life and do not settle for less. And that somehow got instilled into me right from the childhood. So when I completed my engineering, came out over here to USA to pursue my master's in computer science, did all of that. the burning desire of making sure that I do something good and worthwhile for my family and make my parents proud at the time. And I was finished my graduation, landed a job, and at the first day of the job, I meet this guy who just randomly shows up. I was filling up my water bottle and he showed up and asked me the most interesting question ever. He asked me, am I from India? And I said yes, and we started having the conversation, and here we are, about to celebrate our 10-year wedding anniversary in September. So, you never know, just say hello.
Learn the conversation skills, people. I'm telling you, they'll come in handy.
They'll come in handy.
If you're single, you will find a right choice and a right fit for yourself if you learn how to have good conversations. Okay.
So take notes.
Yes.
It works in all areas of your life. But yeah, so it has been an incredible 10 years, and we know that it's gonna get just better from here. But when I met KD, he was already pursuing this mentorship opportunity. He was already working on a side hustle. And when you are dating someone, they all promise you a whole bunch of things. They show you the moon, they show you the stars, they show you big castles, and they promise a whole lot of stuff. And so we were no different. He made a lot of promises. What I really liked was he had a plan to fulfill those promises. Okay, he was actually working on something which can eventually get to that bigger and better thing. So he was not building castles on the air. He actually had something concrete, a solid plan. He had goals, he had dreams, he had desires, and he had work ethic. And that's what I liked more about KD. And that's what I said, okay, he's already working on an idea. And so why not I jump on it as well and make sure that we all can work on it together and get to our goals even more faster. Because I wanted to do something as well. I just did not know what, and I just did not know how. I always thought, okay, I'm going to be successful. Okay, I'm going to be rich. I did not know the method to go there. Okay, they say everyone has a plan to get rich in the shower, but the wise one try themselves and get to work. So we were also, okay, I'm like, okay, we have a plan. At least we have a proven success. At least I have a pathway, and I don't have to figure everything out from the scratch. And I have this amazing group of friends. At that time, they were strangers, but now, over a period of time, you become like a family and great friends. So I have this amazing group of people in the community to associate with. So I just jumped into this side venture, this business of ours with full-fledged force in order to learn and in order to absorb as much as I can, so both of us can work on it together and reach to our goals a little faster. And I know KD has some things to share about.
Yeah. And that's where we were, but it's not like we committed to the journey day one.
Yeah.
It's not like first thing. I was desperately looking for something in my life, but I didn't even know I was looking. I was not looking for a business. I was not looking for extra work. I was just wanted different results in my life. When you do prayer, when you pray to God, every prayer is answered. But the problem is he does not like to reveal himself. So there are no miracles in the world. The miracles happen after a certain amount of effort. So God never answers your prayer as a result. He never gives you results directly. He answers a prayer in terms of a plan. And you have to work the plan to create the results. So for me, the answer to my prayers of a better life was this opportunity, this partnership. But I was crazy. I looked at this, got really excited for 3 days, and then I almost took it easy. I felt I'm too cool for this. Oh, I'm a software engineer. Why should I be dealing with products? Oh yeah, I want to make $1 million. I want to be a crorepati, but I don't want to do any work. I will do something fantastic one day. That was the goal. That's all hope, no strategy. And that's when I met my coach. He says, hope is a great philosophy. It's a fantastic philosophy, makes you sound cool, but it's a bad strategy. And things don't happen just because you hope for it. Things happen because you strategize for it and you work for it. So I almost gave up on this opportunity. I took it easy for 6-7 months. I'm not proud to tell you that, but I don't even regret because I was not ready for it. So 7 months I pulled back, but God had a plan for me. He made me fall sick. So I was sick for whole 1 month, and I was constricted in my room because at age of 25, I had chicken pox. Can you believe you getting chicken pox at 25? Because God knew only chicken pox will keep inside the room. Otherwise, I was going to the bars and the clubs. I said no to this opportunity. I said, no, I'm too cool. But I was super cool for the bars. I was going there. But for 1 month, I was locked in there. And that's when I listened to my first podcast, first CD. I used to get CDs that time. And I heard that CD and I said, oh my God, what are these people? They are class act. They are wonderful people. And maybe one of you listening to me right now, you logged into this because your coach sent you a text like, hey, log into this meeting, and you will hear someone. And you're like, oh my God, Saturday night, I want to listen to no one, but my coach is going to ask me a question. How was it? So let me log in for 25 minutes. This is 24 minutes going. You have 1 more minute. Okay. So maybe one of you is hanging on a thin thread, but if you're hanging on the thin thread tonight, stay back. Because it's not that KD and Nidhi are phenomenal, but we truly believe that the message we're going to share with you comes from years of our experience, years of some of the good aches and the hard aches, and also we let divinity talk through us. And I remember doing this talk, me and Nidhi, last in-person talk we did was in February of 2020. You remember that, Nidhi? We did a BBS like this in Boston, and it was an in-person event, 500-600 people. And after that, COVID happened. I did such a phenomenal talk. After that, it was all COVID. The whole world shut down. No. I'm just messing. It was the last talk. But just last month, we got a DM on our Instagram. We were sitting late in the night. We got a DM on our Instagram. And someone said, hi, KD and Nidhi. Thank you for your talk 3 years back. I walked in there to give up on the business, but I didn't after that. And I'm a new silver on our team today. Isn't that phenomenal? It's not because KD and Nidhi are that great. It was God talking through us. So I don't know what message you're going to hear tonight. So hang back. It is 25 minutes. Don't drop. Hang back for another few minutes. Maybe something will get into you and you will put this business on a fast track for yourself, right? And that's where I was. I didn't commit right away. But after that incident happened in my life where I felt sick, I said, I will pursue this opportunity. God had a plan for me. I'll pursue it. So I committed with my words, not with my action. I told my coach, I'll be a diamond on your team. And then I would walk into a meeting late. I told my coach, you can count on me. But I was still buying products from outside. I was not buying Amway products. I was a scientist for Amway products. I never looked at Amway product. I never looked at products composition ever. None of you did that, right? When you go to Big Bazaar or some place and you buy stuff, or you go to any place shop, you don't go look at a product and start checking ingredients. You never did that. I started doing that. I was so negative. I tried Amway products to see if they don't work. So I can just take it easy and say, no. God didn't put me here. This was someone else's plan. But man, every experiment of mine went in Amway's favor. So I said, I'll commit eventually. And that's where we kind of kicking and screaming, we started. And the reason I could not commit with my action is because my life was complex. I had 24 years of programming and at least 18 years of programming of education to be an employee. They didn't teach me business ownership. They didn't teach me success. And that's not what a school is supposed to teach you. They're just supposed to teach you skills. You have to learn life. And that's where when we met Pankaj and Archana, I remember Pankaj saying, he said, KD, you become a good student of life. And this is really, really good for all of you. Take a note of this one. He said, become a good student of life. If you don't, life will teach you lessons. And most of those lessons are going to be hard. So I became a student of life. I started simplifying my life. I cut down few things in my life. I said, you know what? I like to party, but party ain't going to help me land a nice car. It's not going to pay off my dad's debt. It's not going to make me the person I want to become. It's not going to make me a champion. I could become a beer drinking champion, but I will not be proud to tell that to my kids. So I said, I will reorient my life. And I use my dream power to start recreating myself. Because the willpower is limited, but dream power is unlimited. That's why they say, man makes a dream, then the dream makes the man. I heard this first time from Chetan and Vinita Rastogi, our EG founders, Empowerment Global founders. We are so blessed to be part of their organization. And I heard Chetan make that statement first time. When I heard it, it says, man makes a dream, then the dream makes a man. If you put yourself on fire, KD, the world will come and watch you. So I light up the fire. No, I didn't light up the fire. I said, I will put a fire inside my heart. And I kept all those dreams in front of me, me paying off my dad's debt, having him go on some vacation. It was all about the family and my future family. And that's sitting right in front of you today, Nidhi, and whatever I can do for them.
Yeah, and then I remember creating those vision boards and dream boards and keeping all those pictures in front of us. And, most of them came true. And now we are working on a new vision board. But, it's
That's
all
right.
going to come. It's all going to come true, provided that we work on it, right? Provided that we plan for it, strategize on it, and then act upon it. Katie was talking about being a crorepati. Correct. And then most people want to be a crorepati, but if you don't plan for it, work for it, and act for it, you'll only end up being a pati.
Yeah.
The crore
That's
is
a bad one.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. Anyhow, they say you cannot have a dream of a Ferrari with a work ethic of a Honda. Just does not make sense. If you want to be a millionaire, then you'll have to put $1 million effort as well, right? So it took me a year and a half before I started doing anything, little by little. The man who moved a mountain started by moving pebbles first, but I was moving those pebbles every single day. I started making those good choices. I had to give up certain things in my life for better things in my life. It was not a sacrifice. It was a trade-off. I traded off eating outside for eating protein bars so I could be healthy and my bank balance could be healthy. Did I enjoy the protein bar to start with? Heck no. Did I enjoy the protein shake? No. Did I like the results what a protein shake could create? Yes. So I said, I'll do it anyways, right? I remember becoming so growth focused. I was not worried about the pin. I just wanted to put new people in my team. That was my only focus. The world came to a standstill. I had no idea what movie released. Matter of fact, even now I don't know movie released. One of my friend texted me like, oh, congratulations. We won a Nobel Prize. We won an Oscar. And I got really excited. I thought I won an Oscar and I'm not even in the movies. I said, what do you mean by we? He says, we as in Indian movie. I'm like, oh, okay, got it. So, and then I'm like, what movie? I had no idea we won an Oscar. I was so proud after that. Anyhow, the world came to a standstill that time. I remember driving miles and kilometers after kilometers, going late in the night, coming back early morning, going back to work. And some of you are doing that. When you hit the brakes on your car, the CDs are flying from everywhere underneath, right? And I hope they are CDs coming through from your, and I would have CDs, so many CDs. And then I was like, man, what am I doing in my life? I've become like a CD junkie or something. But I knew one day this will change for me, because if you're growth focused, God is going to give you growth. And I remember finding my first champ on my team, happens to be my friend from office. His name is Jasmeet. And oh my God, he committed to the business before I committed. He started taking the vitamins before I started taking the vitamins. Can you imagine your upline is trying to motivate you, but your downline motivates you by doing it? Like he showed me taking vitamins. He got, do you have vitamins at your home? I'm like, yeah, like, let's take vitamins. I'm like, I don't know where I kept it. You take yours. And I saw him taking vitamins. I'm like, oh my God, I got to start buying vitamins. At least I had common sense that I have a downline who's more committed. I remember him going out for contacting, him putting new people in. And I said, you know what? I will commit because my downline is committed. And that's okay. Sometimes you'll commit because your downline is committed. But if you don't find a committed downline, be a committed downline to your upline. Right. And through Jassi, I found so many wonderful people, Nishant and Ankita, Gaurav and Ruchika, Rashan. I can go on and on about that organization, but it started with a friend who I could just be myself with.
Absolutely. And, what a thin thread that, he was able to discuss with Jassi, and then now he's part of the team and part of the family, and so many wonderful people part of that organization. And Gaurav and Ruchika are like, 25 minutes away. They stay away from us. They moved to Georgia. And I think it was one of their goal to be able to stay close to their coaches and uplines. And then they moved around a whole lot of stuff into their life so that they can be closer. They can be like 20 minutes away from us. And it's so incredible to have friends like that who want to stay close to you and who want to include you as part of their family. And I remember when we were expecting Adi, they were, one of the most excited people and waiting for the arrival of the baby with all the balloons and bandwagons. And it's great stuff to see the friends like that.
Can you make money more at other places? Can you make more money at other places? Maybe you can. And yes, you can. Of course, you can do a bunch of stuff. Can you have experiences in life the way we get to have experiences, like we as a community? I don't think
No.
so. I don't think so. You will have a baby at a job as well with your job friends, and you'll have a baby as in when you build a team as well. It'll be two different experiences, right? Why? Because when you have a team, when you're part of this community, everyone is genuinely happy for you, your success. When you'll buy a new car, they'll take pictures of your car. You buy a new car, your friend at work will tell you you made a bad choice. You should have bought another car. And those are your friends, and they are guiding you in life. Not for me. I said, I can understand a difference between a work relationship and a life relationship. So my life relationship, I'm so proud to tell you, I have no friends outside. I have them as my friends and acquaintances. They were my best friends, but they had a different path. They chose other friends. But for me, I'm so proud to tell you, like right after this today, we're going to be hanging out, but it'll be again from people in our business. We don't have friends outside. I'm not apologetic about that, right? And I just got busy. I just started putting people in. I was so crazy. I had no idea about width, depth. I just knew how to put people in. I had one leg, and in my one leg, I had people in my downlines who had 4 or 5 legs, and I was working those legs. I was just a maniac, man. And I thank so much Pankaj and Archana. I remember picking them from airport once, and they were like, KD, you got to put in new legs. I'm like, legs? I have so many people in my team. I have 40, 50 people team. He's like, yeah, but you got to have new legs. I was like, yeah, I can know how to launch people. He's like, then launch people. I was like, oh, wow, I never thought of doing that, because I was just so busy focused on putting new people in with growth. I had no strategy going. And thanks to them, I started putting in width in place for myself. Not for them. That 1 hour of trip changed years in my life. But there will be moments in your life when you're just out and about. You're doing all these crazy things. You're just working hard. You're contacting, you're doing meet and greets, you're doing presentations, you're doing product demos. You're just trying to find the next champion on your team, but you don't find it. But you cannot go back to not fulfilling your promise. I had made a promise to myself that I'll be a diamond on this organization. I'll be diamond and beyond. I'll earn my millions of dollars through this opportunity, and through this opportunity only. And I remember I used to take stairs to my office. It was 4-story up. I used to take stairs. Remember compound effect? The slight edge. So I was making my slight edge work for me. I used to take stairs. And then one day I was so tired, I said, I'd take elevator. And they said, there is no elevator to success. Stupid. There is elevator to success. I found it that day. I got into the elevator. This guy walks in and he's like, KD, I heard you do an Amway business. I was like, not early morning, man, on a Wednesday. Last night, the person no-showed me. So I was not in a mood to have a conversation. But I have to be nice, right? You read books like How to Win Friends and Influence People. So I said, I have to be nice to him. And that conversation led to me doing a discussion, me doing a presentation, my coach doing a follow-up, and getting them started. And that couple is no other than Naresh and Smita. And the dude who walked in was none other than Naresh. Why would you ask me 8 o'clock in the morning a question, is this Amway? It was a God-sent man and a God-sent question. And today they are Q12s, 25, some people plugging in India market. They got a buzzing story happening everywhere.
Yeah. And when you're desperately looking for someone and for something, God figure out a way to give it to you. And so KD was desperately looking for a committed person so that he can increase his width. And Naresh and Smita probably were also looking for something to do other than their normal regular jobs. Maybe it was a seed of thought in their mind and it got crystallized as when they saw the opportunity. But it all comes to you because you're looking for it, right? And incredibly proud of Naresh and Smita. They are cute whilst moving on. And through them, we have such an amazing organization. Naresh and Smita are absolutely committed people. And for Smita, we can say that business is sacred for her. It's in her heart. Naresh and Smita, we can see they are passionate, and it shows up into their actions, into their thoughts, and into their words. So, sky is the limit for them. And through them, we have such incredible people like Rupesh, like Vinay and Priya, the hosts for this event, Abhinav and Simple, Dabi and Daphne, Philly and Nambiba, Sunil and Sunita, such a gem of people that we get to associate with and do life with.
Yeah, Muthuddin and Afsan, Nangai, I have no idea. I don't want to take no credit for the India market, all thanks to my uplines and my downlines who are smoking it everywhere. It's just amazing. And tell you what, Naresh and Smita, that one couple who still listens. Sometimes people move forward in business and then they take it easy, but not them. And then, oh my God, sometimes you go out contacting and shake a hand with someone and you have no idea who you're shaking hand with, and you find a cute well there.
Yeah,
that
that's
was-
what happened when we both were in the zone, and no, we are always in the zone. When we both were into the grocery store, trying to shake few hands and make few connections. We're working on a bit at that time, so we happened to meet this amazing gentleman called Sunny. And that one handshake led to another cute well. Like Sunny and Deepa are cute wells moving on big times, and through them we have such amazing, incredible group of champions coming in with Neerav and Rajul and Purvesh and Vibhuti, Vijay and Margi, DJ and Margi. They have an amazing team coming up in India market. We have Arjun and Rupa, Tuan and Ida, Atul and Ashwini. Oh my God, Samir and Mobina. I might miss few names because that is an fast-moving, incredible organization going places.
That is right. That is
Yeah,
so true.
and Sunny, when he joined, we were new to that city, so we didn't really have any success to show for. It was just KD and I, but he became the wingman to KD. He observed KD. He had total faith. May or may not be in this opportunity, but he had total faith in KD and I, and that's how he became the wingman. And KD also had become the wingman of his upline. That's the acceleration that accelerated the growth for both the businesses.
That's right. And oh my God, we never ever documented any struggle in our business because we never felt anything was a struggle. Life is going to happen no matter what. And we have a new soundtrack. We put a new soundtrack in our mind. You know what a soundtrack is, right? A song that gets stuck and you can't sleep. So we have a lot of those soundtracks in our mind. And this is what we operate with. We tell ourselves, life doesn't happen to me, or life does not happen to me. Life happens for me. So we don't have any struggle stories. We never saw struggle as a struggle because we felt that's just life. You just go through stuff. I remember complaining to Pankaj once. I said, I just don't want a hard life. He's like, I give you an address, man. You go meet all these people. They will teach you how to not have a life of struggle. I'm like, man, I found better mentors. Some of you are doubting your mentors. You're like, yeah, I just need a better coach and I'll be successful. Ain't happening. You got the best already in your hand. So he sends me an address to a cemetery, graveyard. I was like, man, I hate him. He is just putting me in a graveyard. He's like, when you go there, ask those people. They have no problems in life, but they have music that's still on because they never chased their dream because they kept complaining about it. So he says, either you can be a complainer or you can be a creator. I said, I'll be a creator, because you and I as humans, we are designed to create. We are created in that incarnation, in that image of a God, and God is a creator. That's why you are the happiest when you are creative. Money doesn't make you happy. Travel doesn't make you happy. Taking nice pictures doesn't make you happy. Memories don't make you happy. Creativeness make you happy. That's why you'll see broke painters, but they're the happiest. I'm glad we are not broke entrepreneurs. We are rich and we are entrepreneurs who create success. And we have so many wonderful stories. I can just go back and forth for the whole day with you. I can tell you a few new ones. I remember, some of you go on Facebook, LinkedIn, and you text and talk to people, try to convert that into a meet and greet, into a discussion, into a board plan and all that. I remember sending a message to this gentleman, and he looks at the message and he ignores it. And me being me, after a few days, I sent him a message. I said, did you get a chance to review my message? He says, yeah, I was looking forward to have a conversation with you, but I never hit the send button. What a small thin thread. And I remember launching that dude, having no idea where he's going to go, but he's 1500 PV on the team, smoking business, going to claim his spot. That's Carl, and so many other wonderful people that is brought along. I can talk about Eliza. I can talk about Purvesh and Vibhuti. I can talk about so many different champs on the team today. But it all started with us doing these little things, at just consistently doing those little things. And one thing that I take pride in is I respect and admire my upline. I'm not saying I don't have questions for them, but I never questioned them. I never questioned their intention, their intent, because who else do you have in your life who's willing to sit late in a night and show you how to create success? It was only Pankaj and Archana. It was only Rajesh and Ritu. It was only Chetan and Vinita Rastogi. It was only our upline, Sajid and Intisar and Raj and Sangeeta and all the entire LOS. So we took pride in having those uplines, and we chased time. I don't think so Pankaj knows this story. Maybe he's heard it in some different discussions, but I'll tell the story. I remember being platinum on the team or silver or something on the team. I would get no time from Pankaj and Archana. They had team and they still have much larger team. And I would crave for a single minute for them. Like whatever I could get from them, that was gold for me, because I was just looking for the next tip that could save me life in the business. And I remember asking Pankaj, he would finish up with all his leaders and I would just hang back. 3 in the morning, he's walking back to his room. And, I know this, when everyone is tired, I'm just getting started. So I knew 3 o'clock, all these champs, all the leaders, they will go sleep, but I ain't sleeping. So I said, I'll walk you to the room. So I was walking to the room. I said, can you meet me in the morning? I want to know more about business. He says, I will take my kids to the prayer session. It was Shah leadership. I'll take my kids to the prayer session. So I'll wake up at 7 or 8 in the morning. So if you're up, we'll go. I can spend a few minutes with you. Knowing me, I knew if I slept, I ain't waking up till 10 or 11. So I just sat there.
Yeah, he sat there. Yeah, go ahead. He just sat there because he wanted to get some answers and progress the business. And he had that love and respect, and we still have, and we will continue having that love and respect for Pankaj and Archana. And he's like that at that time, and he's like that today as well. I remember just 3-4 days ago when we finished a vacation trip to New York. We came back to our home at like 1 in the morning, and Pankaj was in the town and he was flying to his home back in California, and he had early morning flights. So KD slept at 1 a.m. for 2 hours. He woke up at 4 a.m. so that he can drop Pankaj to airport. And we don't take this lightly. We do not take their love, their mentorship, and time we spend with them lightly. And our incredible mentors have been our biggest blessings in our life. And we can't thank them enough to be able to pour into us and to be able to make us better human, make us better husbands and wives, and make us better parents, and make us better entrepreneurs. And we'll forever be grateful for them.
And the crazy part is Pankaj didn't even show up that day. He says, I waited till 7 in the morning and then he didn't show up and I didn't complain. And I said, Pankaj, I was wanting to meet you in the morning. He's like, oh, I decided kids can skip the prayer service. But you know what? I said, that's okay. No complaints, because he was busy. I had to earn his time. And it's not like, oh, sometimes we complain to our coaches, oh, I don't get enough time. You put the business on fire, they will give you all the time. They also are looking for a next champ on the team. And I was like that. I am who I am. I'm still the same way. That trip to airport, that 1 hour, I had a blast talking to Pankaj. I had no idea. I took so many different reroutes that day because I was half asleep driving him. And after he took the flight, I took a nap, because I knew I can't get back home without taking a nap. But that's I have so many wonderful stories to tell you. But let me actually jump into just sharing some of our rewards.
And we'll wrap up from there.
And then we'll start wrapping up from here. I tell you what, my age of 1 to 25, I had very few moments where I could make my parents proud. I'm going to live forever. But even if today I leave the planet Earth, from 25 till 38, those 13 years has been the hallmark years of my life. Don't get me wrong, I'll live forever. But even if I die today,
he's taking his double X and perfect pack, and he's on Nutrilite, so he's gonna live long.
But even if I give up, if I leave today, I leave as a happy man, because this 13 years has been hallmark years for me, because I was getting ready to start building a business for myself. So let me share my screen, walk you through the journey of ours, and we start wrapping things up for you. Okay. Here we go. I think this is how I started my life. So complicated. It looked flashy from outside, but it was so complex.
Yeah, and that's me, my mom and my brother, baby brother. Dad must be somewhere. Maybe he's taking a picture, but yeah, that's us. And a little that I knew, this little munchkin of mine, I would be able to do a whole lot of things for him. And there he goes. Maybe the next slide, Katie. Yep. is in Canada getting ready for education, and we are incredibly proud of him. And I'm grateful through this opportunity that we were able to sponsor his education. And he didn't have to worry about taking a student loan or doing any of those crazy work, because sister and a brother-in-law worked on an MBA opportunity.
Yeah, the same business that they say no, they say this is not going to work for you. It works. All you have to do is put your faith to it and make it work for yourself. That's me. Baggy jacket. This is how I started. If I zoom in this picture, there's gap in my teeth. I don't have no gap now. Look at this. If you use glister long enough, your teeth will grow. No, I'm lying to you. Your teeth will not grow. But I made a Ruby check. It was a good amount of money. I took that check. It was $6,000, about 3 lakh something. I took that money, paid to a dentist to fix my teeth at 29 or 30 years of age. I have no gap in my teeth. I'm filling up the gap in the business also. I'm on it. Okay. But that's where I started.
And that's him, extremely exhausted. This is airport. We were taking long distance trips, helping the team, and had done some crazy work. And the moment he sat on a chair waiting at his gate, he just was sleeping. That's him. That's our first luxury car.
Yeah, that's her. And I got the model with the car. No, I got the car because of the model. How about that? I'm so blessed to have her in my life, and life has been just phenomenal. And this is the car. I remember watching that movie from Shah Rukh Khan, some red car he was driving, convertible. Dil Se or some weird movie. I didn't even watch the movie. I used to watch that song, and then I watched Dil Chahta Hai, the convertibles. I said, I will have a convertible in my life. And man, I'm just getting started. We'll have a private jet one day. Why not? Why not? Because God has given us a phenomenal opportunity. I want to make my uplines proud so that they can go back and say, man, you can be crazy like him, but you can still be successful.
This was signing the document for our first home.
Yeah, this was special. That's our first home. Didn't sell this, kept this property, loved it. We said, we're going to keep this with us. This is very special. I remember my dad. These are emotional moments for me, and I don't have time to go through all the nitty-gritty, so I'm just going to laugh through it, all this. But I remember my dad borrowing money to pay for my education, and I said, I'll make him proud one day. You finish the story, Nidhi.
Okay, so his dad was looking forward to do some community work, and we were able to provide the finances to remove the cataract for multiple people from his place.
Yeah, so he went because I have to keep the man busy. He's 78 or 79, and he's given up his profession, his business. He's stay-at-home dad. He's fun person, but I have to keep him busy. So I said, you go countryside, you go to the villages, find people who are poverty-stricken and they have cataract. So he picked 30 people like this, and he got them operated. And more than those people getting a vision, I felt my dad getting his pride back.
Yes.
Oh, that's buying some fancy stuff for her. She's fancy, so I make sure I can buy some fancy stuff for her. That's a Tesla. Love it. I was buying another Honda, but my coach said, no, spend the money. Buy a Tesla this time. And I can't wait to have a conversation with Pankaj, him saying, man, Ferrari is expensive, but not for you. Right? Charity is very close to our heart.
Go ahead.
Charity is very close to our heart. And then I think this was between her and mine. This was our idea to empower some girls in India. Little thing, we just opened 2 sewing stations so we can just teach them how to be independent. We provide them all the facilities. They could learn how to sew. And then I think after a year or so, we had to shut this down because COVID happened. So nobody was coming. But I remember doing this, being able to do all these little things, not a huge impact, little impact for someone, because we felt so much is given to us. We want to give so much back. That's our second home. That's the home we live in. Thank you for making it a home, Nidhi. Just for you, it's such a wonderful place to live in. And I love this. Money cannot buy you happiness, but it can buy you a motorcycle. And motorcycles do make you happy. So it's one and the same thing. And trust me, I put on a helmet. This is just for the picture, okay? That's Nidhi buying a car for my dad. The dude has 2 cars today, 2 or 3, I don't even know. 2 cars, 2 homes. He's doing good. He's old. He's arrogant.
And
now.
He's happy now.
And he's rich. And he doesn't have to ask for money to no one, because me and Nidhi, We are good son and daughter-in-law, and I'm good son-in-law and good daughter. She's a good daughter to fund the families, both the sides. And we'll just leave you last with this. I don't know, Nidhi, anything else on your heart?
No, wrap it up.
Yeah, I'll leave you last with this, and then we'll come back and share a little bit about the mechanics of the business. How do you put this thing together for yourself? But they say winning is an attitude. It starts with a dream and lives in the fight. If you dare to dream a mighty dream, then prepare to fight a bloody fight. If it's a cause worth fighting for, it's a fight worth bleeding for. We don't have to bleed, but get ready. If your cause is your family, if your cause is to advance and move forward, if your cause is to impact a lot of people in your life, if your cause is to not just be a number on somebody else's spreadsheet, if your cause is that one day when you're gone, people will still quote you somewhere, like we still quote Bill Britt and Kanti Gala, and we talk about all the people who have impacted us. We talk about the living legends like Pankaj and Archana. We talk about Rajesh and Ritu and so many wonderful diamonds on Empowerment Global team. And of course, the founders, Chetan and Vinita Rastogi. If that's what your cause is, that's the impact you want to have, then get ready. It ain't going to be easy, but it's going to be absolutely worth it. So hopefully it kindles some desire in you to come back to the second session, and we'll have a blast there. Thank you for having us. And thank you, Nidhi, for just being a tremendous support in my life. Love you so much.
Thank you, guys.
And back
see you
to our
guys
amazing
next
host,
session.
Vinay
Back to host.
and Priya.
Wow. What an inspiring story. Wow. We got relaunched in the business, KD and Nidhi. It was inspiring, motivational, and emotional journey. Thank you so much for sharing your journey, your struggles, and your dreams. We got built our dreams. Whenever we listen to you, we get pumped. We said we can accomplish this thing. I'm sure not only us, so many of us in the session today, all of them are inspired and motivated, and they can feel that they can accomplish a lot of things. And that's the power of a leader. They build the dreams for others. And I really liked what you said about, man makes the dream and dream makes the man. So absolutely, we can see that you doing it, and through you, so many others are doing it. Thank you so much once again, KD and Nidhi. Now, we will take a short 5-minute break, guys. We'll come back just after 5 minutes, and we'll have emeralds and diamonds come up and share a quick message with all of us. It's a quick 5 minutes break, and we will reconvene in 5 minutes. All right, welcome back everyone for the second session. First session was absolutely impactful. I'm still feeling the heat, feeling the power, and feeling the emotion. So it's absolutely phenomenal. Now, before we start the second session, we would like to invite emeralds and diamonds in the call to come upon and introduce themselves and share one line about the speaker.
Yeah, good evening. We are Sanjay Snell Monday from Mumbai. Thank you, KD and Nidhi, for pouring your hearts. The seminar was really touching. And we are also excited about this mentorship program because this gave us opportunity to get early retirement in our life and time buyback time in our life.
KD and Nidhi, what a man. You are inspiration to everybody. We can feel that you are going diamond beyond. Fantastic. Thank you very much for such an inspirational BBS, So me, I was working with the oil sector. Snell was working with Indian Railways. We were having both government jobs. But our mentor, Shirish and Radhika, Satish and Sushma, they made us to become successful and take retirement 21 years before. So you can have many choices as you want, but be focused, consistent, and be passionate about it. Thank you.
Awesome, guys. This is Shirish and Radhika Paripattadar from Houston, Texas, USA. KD and Nidhi, just an amazing story. I remember meeting you first time in one of the Shah Go Diamond water parks, and a tremendous example you and Nidhi have set for the entire empowerment global team with the work ethic, with the structure you have, and we're looking forward to you talking at the Atlanta function next weekend. However, this story was just amazing. I learned a lot of things about you, which I didn't know before, of course. But the best part is what you're going to cover now. That people are inspired and excited, but I know you are going to give some wonderful tips in the seminar portion, and people just take notes, apply. This couple is one of the lamplighters for the entire team. So make sure that you learn from them and start applying, and proud of you, KD and Nidhi, and looking forward to some face-to-face time next weekend.
Okay, guys. Hi, team. Mahesh Patil here, and KD and Nidhi. What a blasting BBS, guys! And it was long awaited for India team, and it is a treat. Everybody in treat for today, right? And guys, for the new people, I was a banker before joining the business. I was a national player, achieved 9 gold medals, but joined this business and proudly loved, coach and mentored by Rajesh and Ritu Nagpal from Houston. And we cannot ask more than this, guys. And what a phenomenal story. Guys, you are really blessed the show today, right? You are the stars for so many people. You are the hero and heroine for so many people today. But believe me, this business is going to create build a huge belief. It says that a poor mind drowns in excuses and a rich mind swims in the solutions, right? And that is what's going to happen today. Thank you so much. And back to awesome host. What a great hosting by Vinay and Priya as well. Over to you, Vinay.
Thank you, everyone. All the emeralds.
Hey guys, this is Satish and Sushma here. Totally fired up, excited. That was a wonderful talk, Katie and Nidhi. We're just, as you were sharing, all of us that have built the business, we can completely relate to you. There were times when in your talk where you had tears in your eyes, and we feel the same thing too. And the reason is this business is built with passion. It's built with emotion. Some of you may be new, first time over here and wondering why are these guys getting so emotional? And that's because in a job, you don't need emotion. In a job, it's not yours. That's why you're not emotional. The only time you get emotional is when you get laid off. Okay? Here, you're inventing something, you're creating something. Your business is your baby. Just like you're emotional if something happens to your baby, good or bad. Okay? When your kid graduates from school or college or, something happens, something positive or whatever happens, you become emotional. Same thing with this business. And there are times when you've gone the extra mile and sometimes you're recognized for it, sometimes you're not. And I completely relate to you, Katie and Nidhi, but this is awesome, especially your slideshow, the Mercedes and the zingers that you had, like, you got the car with the model and no, you got the car for the model, all that stuff. Those dialogues are so awesome. They touch the heart. Okay. But thank you very much for setting a wonderful example, being double eagle consistently. A lot of people go emerald. Not that many people go double eagle and emerald and maintain it. Okay. And, kudos to you guys.
Thank you so much, all emeralds and diamonds on the call. So before we start the session, we just want to introduce ourselves a little bit. So this is Priya and Vinay from Atlanta, Georgia, proudly sponsored in this business by Sunil and Sunita from Connecticut, loved and coached by Naresh and Smita, mentored by Katie and Nidhi, and Upline Diamonds, Pankaj and Archana, and up to Chetan and Vinita Rastogi. And we are blessed to be in this line of sponsorship. And it was so emotional today to see Katie like this. We know Katie and Nidhi. We always see this, right? You lead yourself with your head, but to lead others, you use your heart. And we see that heart in our upline mentors, Katie and Nidhi. And thank you so much, Katie and Nidhi. It was, we relaunched ourselves today in this business, right? And the second session is going to be equally much more of a value add. So grab your pen, paper, and sit with your water, whatever it is. This is going to be more impactful.
Yeah. So before we invite Katie and Nidhi, we just want to share, some of the things that has impacted our lives, having them. Today we get to spend a bit more time. We are in the same city where Katie and Nidhi are, so we get to meet them, observe them, learn from them. But just to share, a few years back, me and Priya, we had certain confusions in life. We had certain decisions to make, maybe major decisions to make. And as we all do, we hesitate to reach out to our coaches, though we have access to them. And we were in the same boat. But then we decided one day, we have to talk to them and get their guidance. And I'll tell you what, that one step of talking to our coaches has made a lot of impact, and we are able to make the right decision. If not for that, I think we would have regretted our decision we would have made without their guidance, right? That's why we have this business and mentorship is not just a business skills, it's 360-degree mentorship, which we don't get it anywhere else. I love that part of this business, absolutely. Right. So,
and we love and respect them for who they are and also the impact that they have in our life. And we have given that complete access to them because we know that the wisdom, the knowledge that they have has changed our trajectory. Buying a home to buying a car, we actually talk to them, and Smita and Naresh, everything, every decision. We are adults, but still we want their thought process on anything that is financial, personal, and professional life as well. And without overdue, and without taking more time, we want to invite with a round of applause, with a rowdy welcome, our own mentors all the way from Atlanta, Georgia, Emeralds going diamonds,
Katie and Nidhi.
Okay, all right.
All right.
Somebody texted me. He's like, so you were crying because Pankaj didn't give you time? I'm like, you missed it. Man, this is really, really good. If one of you is struggling with the business because you're not strong, I was there. I was a very weak person. I didn't have a spine in my back. I was very weak. I was a people pleaser because I come from a household where boys are raised under a lot of pressure. So I became a people pleaser. But they say, if you're being loved, you become confident, right? You become confident because you're being loved. But if you love something, you become courageous. Would you fight for your kids? You bet. You may be a weak fighter, but you'll fight it. Why? Because you're courageous, because you love them. Same here. If you're weak, fall in love with your coaches. Fall in love with what we do. And that's my strength comes from because I'm grounded in that reality that my coaches are it for me. Pankaj and Archana, they have been lamplighters for us, life, business, whatever it is. And Rajesh and Ritu Nagpal and Chetan and Vinita Rastogi. We are just so blessed to be part of this whole organization. That doesn't mean I don't have questions for my upline. That doesn't mean we don't go back and forth, but with all that love, respect, and that desire just to make the whole Empowerment Global leadership proud. And thank you all the Emeralds, special hearing from you, all those words of encouragement. You have no idea, your text from you or a message from you or a talk like this just impacts us and our whole team. So thank you just for who you are and for fighting it every single day. Even when it is not pretty, you fight it every single day. And that's what we love about this community. And we just want to kick off a few things. We want to talk about, the value of opportunity. If people outside don't understand, that's okay. If people outside don't understand, you do a discussion, you do a presentation, you do a meet and greet or whatever, and the person says, no, this is the same thing, pyramid, products, whatever they say, and they don't get it, and they tell you, I'll do something else, life came in the way, my dog is sick, and they don't understand the value of opportunity, it is okay. But you and I, especially if you are in the team, you're part of this partnership for 3, 4, 5 months, and you have experienced little deeper things in this opportunity. If you're too new, maybe me getting emotional doesn't make sense to you because you're logical. That's where I started. Actually, I saw a speaker cry once. I'm like, man, what kind of people are there in this business? They're crying. Oh my God, must be working really hard for very little money. No, reverse. So, but if you've been part of the team for 3, 4, 5 months, I'm sure you're seeing the finer, deeper things in life. So you and I don't have an opportunity to take it easy. For us, this is it. Why? Because we understand the deeper roots. And they say God created us, God created humans to do amazing things. But what we end up doing is mostly disappointing. But that stops tonight. That stops with this opportunity. You can actually be amazing and do amazing things without having to do anything crazy. You don't have to sacrifice anything in your life. You'll give up few things that are holding you back. You'll have to give up little good things to get to the great things. The question is going to be always, do you really aspire to have those great things in life or not? I didn't want to wake up at 50 and 60 and say, oh, I missed my life. Now let me make my son more ambitious. No, I have my own life. I was created on this planet for a purpose. Sure, my son has his own path that he's going to craft out. But the best thing me and Nidhi can do for him, we can teach him, train him to be a kind gentleman and strong and stand up for right things. I'll teach him all that. the best thing I can show him is how to chase your own dreams. Not through the riches, not through the luxuries, but being out there every single day and working for it. So we feel we are actually crafting a new self every single day. And here's the biggest challenge we as humans we have. We feel, oh, my past, we regret our past. We're like, oh, I could have done something better. I should have done that. Oh, last year I should have put in more people in the vid. Oh, I should have not said this to that guy. I should have not sent a hard text to my downline. I should have not argued with my upline. I should have not ignored that. Past is what we regret. Future is what we are like, that's fate. That's destiny. I can't control much. That's how we think. And in the present, you are worrying about what bad you did in the past, and you're worrying about what future has in store for you. And this is completely opposite. Is completely opposite. You understand luck plays a role in your life, but the effort starts now. That's why they say luck is labor under correct knowledge. That is luck. You will get lucky. You will find your breakthroughs. Maybe you've been working really hard from past 6 months. You've been doing 20, 30, 40 appointments. You've been trying to sell the products. You've been doing what everyone is telling you, but you're not able to find a breakthrough. You know why? Because the breakthrough has to happen here someday. And if you exhaust your body, your brain will give you away. So don't worry about the past. Learn from it. Move forward. Don't worry about the future. Think you're lucky and get to work in the present. And that's going to create life of choices for you. So me and Nidhi, next 30, 40 minutes, will give you certain things that you got to get under control so you can craft a new person out of yourself. And some days are going to be pretty. You look at yourself and like, wow, such a great job. I work so hard. Nobody's like me. And someday you'll not even take shower. You'll stink the whole day. You'll doubt everything. And you will be like, man, I'm so weird. That's okay. Not every day is going to be a great day, but you will make it a great day after listening to some of the things that we learned from our coaches to share with you. Nidhi, we ready for that? Yep. So we're going to share some of the basic foundational 6, 7, 8 components you got to get under your control to be a super performer and create a life of choices for yourself. And like I said, by no means we are there where we want to be. We are work in progress. When someone is talking, we listen to them. We don't like everything that they say, but we take notes, we absorb as much, and we say, we're going to create a life, taking these small components and see what we can fix. Okay, so first thing, it says a big part of financial freedom is having your heart and mind free from worry about the what ifs of life. The what ifs of life, they can kill you. And a lot of people, they live this life, oh, I'll only live once, so I'll live one day at a time. Don't get too impressed by the pop culture. Don't get too impressed. They have to sell you the songs. They have to sell you all those things. So they have to make it sound fancy. Don't get too impressed by that. You have to be an architect of your own life. You should be the captain of your own ship, not some stupid dude sitting on Instagram or on TikTok and telling you what you should do with your life. How can they decide? You are in control. How can your friends decide anything for you? I had my friends who challenged me. They threw 20 different reasons why this will not work for me. But they had not one reason how to get my life under control. They had no one solution. They had 20 problems with what I was doing. And the biggest problem was I stopped funding their beer. The biggest problem was I was no longer in party with them. But they had no solution for life. And I was weak. I was trying to please my upline. I was trying to please my downline. I was struggling myself. I was trying to please my upline. I was trying to please my friends, not downlines. I had no downlines that time. But I had to stop pleasing my friends. I said, no, I'll please myself first. I'll build a business so that I can take care of my family. And the business became a passion for me. So let's talk about 6 or 7 different components. Number 1 is time management. I have to learn time management someday, right? And everybody has that same 168 hours. Everyone has time challenges. And we can give you some fancy words. Oh, it's not time management. It's energy management. It is not energy management. It's priority management. Man, get it out of the way. You'll have to take care of your life within 24 hours. And they say you have enough time if you want to make it happen. If you look at the slide, there is 37 hours left in a week. Forget about 37 hours. You have 2 hours left every single day, which you are putting on Instagram, Snapchat, WhatsApp, you are playing video games, you're watching cricket, you're doing something. Now, I'm not saying cut out the whole 2 hours of fun, but can you take out at least an hour out of that fun and put it towards building a fun life for yourself? You tell me what's more important, a pleasure today or a long-term fulfillment. You will be the architect. You will make those decisions for yourself. And here's the cool part. They say life is like packing a bag, or your 24 hours is like packing a bag. Either if I take all the clothes and I just throw it in, you can only take so much. If I fold them, I can take much more. But if I roll them, I can pack the whole home in a bag. So that's how you have to learn. You have to learn how to compound your activities. You have to find to fit in your core run somewhere. You have to find your business hours somewhere. And all we get is 24 hours every single day, right? That's all we get. And that's how we create a masterpiece out of it.
Right. And time management is a concept where we say a well-arranged time is a mark of well-arranged mind. So we got to make sure that it's not a mystery in the mind first. And we believe in keeping the life simple. So we had to define the business hours for ourselves, and that has worked wonders. So first thing we do is define the business hours. We have hours defined for our jobs, right? Then we need to define the hours for the business too. It could be evening hours, it could be morning hours, depending on your schedule, depending on your life, but there has to be a set dedicated business hours which you will use to do a creative activity of business. If you are someone new, maybe listening and reading and journaling may be fine. But if you are a seasoned person, then doing some creative aspects when it comes to utilizing the time for business building activities. So having that dedicated business hours and use it to create the growth of the business.
Yeah. And like they say, to grow up, you'll have to give up. I could not choose to have everything in my life packed and shove this business into it. I had to give up some time somewhere. So I gave up. I used to work out 2 hours a day. I used to work out 15 minutes, but remaining hour and a half was taking pictures, checking reels. So I stopped that nonsense. I said, I will become more creative with my time.
Yep.
Right. And 3 components to your time. How do you start managing it? Number 1 is you're going to find out what's important for you. What are the things important to you? Oh, my health is important. My family is important. My business is important to me, so I can create a life of choices, and my job is important. And spirituality, what is important to you? So for health, you pick one task, not 1 hour every day, maybe 15 minutes. Eat healthy. Some people I have no time for working out. Actually, working out is a hype. A lot of people work out to look good, not to be good. How do people measure their health? Or my biceps look good? Bicep is not equal to health. Right? Don't get me wrong. I got some of them. We got some guns, but that does not mean health. So don't get too influenced. When you go to gym, what do you start looking at? The mirror. Mirror doesn't give you the health tips, right? But find out what's important to you. Eat healthy. Take your vitamins, right? If you don't have time for working out, spend less time eating as well. How cool is that? Stay hungry a little bit. It'll help you quite a bit.
Yeah.
But list down what's important to you. And then you list down tasks for those. For your business, could be more tasks every single day you need to do. For health, maybe 1. For family, once or twice a week. You don't have to spend 2 hours with your mom and dad and your wife every single day talking about memories. Man, create some memories too. If you're all the time digging your past, when will you move forward? So write down the tasks that are important to you, and then you schedule them on your calendar. Right? Your appointments go on your calendar. Your listening, reading goes on your calendar. Your fun activities go on your calendar. This is just my business calendar. I didn't put the personal one, but you can have different calendars for yourself.
Yeah.
Have a to-do list. Every morning, get up, look at this calendar, have a to-do list, so that every day you are focused on the important task. You did the important task thinking first. You did the planning first, then goes to calendar. And from your calendar goes to the to-do list. Mm-hmm. If you skip the planning, skip the calendar, and you only do to-do list, you will only put laundry, cleaning the home, only the urgent stuff in there. So don't do that. Plan, calendar, to-do list.
Yeah, and also planning the prime time and prime energy for the business, not the leftovers, right? Because business actually gives us what we give it. So if we give our leftover time, leftover energy, leftover money, that's all we're going to reap from it, just the leftovers. So we want to get to the maximum profitability, maximum growth, then we want to make sure that we invest that into business, which is our prime time, prime energy, and prime focus.
That's right. Next component you got to manage is your money. You got to get smart with that. You use time and money to make time and money, right? They say you get in life what you give. If you're not willing to give your time and your money and your resources and your best energy to the business, and you're expecting great results, you're fighting universe. It's not the Amway's problem. It's not the Amway business plan problem. You're fighting universe. And guess what? The bad news is universe wins always. So I used to do that. I would be like, 100 PV is all I have to do. Not 100% product use, 100 PV. So I would sit there for 3 hours, making sure it was only 100.01 and not 101, not 102. That's how I operated the business. No wonders I didn't have the resources with me. Financial worries, they will borrow you. The financial worries will rob you of your present peace. The financial worries of tomorrow will rob the present peace. And you cannot worry yourself to success. The only thing you can do is work towards it. And if you are disciplined, your money will be disciplined. That's why when you start reading and listening and journaling every day, you gain discipline in one area of your life, your finances will automatically get better. Try me on that and you will be like, oh yeah, that works. And you stop listening. And this is what people, they do. They go, oh, nothing is happening, so I'm going to stop and listening and reading. So you'll start spending more money. Now you'll get more frustrated and then you'll never be able to put it together for yourself. Don't buy things to impress people whom you don't like anyways, right? Sure, you saw a motorcycle today. Tomorrow, you're like, I can also afford a CBR 650. What's a big deal? It's for like 8 lakh or whatever money in India, right? Or for, $15,000. And you're like, yeah, what's the big deal? I can buy it. Yeah. But if you buy it to impress others, you missed it, right? And before you spend the money, spend it on paper. Because we as humans, we're not good with maths. This brain is designed for creation and avoiding problems in life, not for memorizing stuff, not for all that. So spend your money on the paper. Get a budget for yourself. Get a budget sheet. Could be very simple like this. Could be a complex one like you get in your package. Whichever works for you. Have a budget. A bad budget done on a piece of paper is much better than a great budget done in your brain. Because the brain budget never works. Okay, so get that for yourself. Budgeting has 3 components. Number 1 is planning. Second is after you plan and you spend the money, you come back and reconcile. How much did I spend? Did I stick with my budget? And the last component in budgeting, which no one will ever offer you, but this community offers you, is accountability. I became accountable to my coach. I started asking him before I made any major decisions in my life. When my major decisions, I could not even have enough money. My major decision was $100, $200 worth. Now the decisions are a little different. So I asked different kind of questions, but it's planning, reconciling, and being accountable. And if you don't choose to give direction to your money, the money will find a direction. So it goes into all weird pockets. That's when you go to this cafe coffee day or Starbucks, KFC, randomly. Why? Because you didn't budget your money. So your money goes to the person who budgeted it. And the KFC CEO and the McDonald's CEO, they are really good at budgeting. They will get all your money. So we get smarter by using our budgeting techniques.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was a great point on budgeting, Katie. You can.
Yeah. And then when I spend money by paying my debt, I'm spending money in the past. When I spend money in my present, like my electricity bill, my car loan, home loan, and all that, that's me spending money in the present. What about the future? Saving is not equal to future. Either you have a saving mindset, spending mindset, or multiplication mindset. You will not find a better business plan and a financial plan than this opportunity. Even if you go Q12, Founders Platinum, the day you retire, you will make 1 lakh extra every single month. That's about $5,000 in US for the Q12 Founders Platinum. Show me a better retirement plan and I'll come sign up with you. But I'm not saying you have to be Founders Platinum. You could be whatever by the time you retire. So get your money under control and understand saving is great, spending is great, but multiplication comes through building an asset for yourself. Third component you get under control is your relationships. Relationship with yourself, relationship with the people who are close to you. This all impacts your energy. It impacts your values. It impacts who you become.
Yeah.
If you hang around with people who smoke, you'll become a smoker. If you run with Lucy the loser, you'll be one like her. If 5 of your friends are fit, you'll be the 6th one. If 5 of your friends drive a Honda, you'll be the 6th one. If 5 of your friends go to party on Friday, you will be the 6th one. If 5 of your doesn't matter, you could be like, no, I'm strong-willed. You are fighting the law of universe, law of proximity. You will lose. So I had to trade some of my friends. I found a deal on eBay. You could sell your friends on Amazon. I sold all of them, made so much. No, I couldn't do that. I kept them, my friend, but I picked people whose values aligned with where I was going. Because if I played volleyball in school, my friends were playing volleyball. When I started playing basketball, my friends became people who are playing basketball. Why should be any different now? I'm an adult. I have different goals. So my friends will be different.
Very true. Very true. See, everything around you influences you regardless. It could be positive or negative. So you need to consciously put yourself into the place where you are influenced by forward going, like-minded people. And then don't worry about the opinions of others, because everyone is going to have opinions regardless. So there are 8 billion people in the world. How can an opinion of one person make you change your thinking? Right? So you got to think for your own self and consciously surround yourself with successful people, because progress takes work. Okay. If you're not making progress, then you're automatically going backwards. There is nothing called standstill. There is nothing called maintaining and managing either the personal growth or business growth. Either it's going upward or it is going downwards. It's not standstill. And in order to make sure that we keep progressing forward, we got to surround our influences and manage our influences.
That's right. And best relationship to invest in if you're married is the marriage, right? They say marriages are made in heaven. Maintenance is done here. And the maintenance is due every day. Every day you got to tell your wife, like she was getting ready. She's like, how do I look? I'm like, oh my God, you look so pretty. And she does look pretty. She likes to look pretty even without getting ready, because I love who she is. And we have to dress up to look good in front of you all. But the maintenance is done every single day. When was the last time when you argued with your spouse and you were thinking of conquering the world? No. You were just trying to conquer your own self and the ego and try to prove the other person wrong. It's a big deal, man. You shove off your ego. You keep it aside and say, that's okay. For the love of the family, we keep our ego aside and we work hard every single day. Keep a good track, your emotional relationship versus your influence relationship. I'm emotionally invested in my mom and dad. They had a lot of influence on me while I was picking my college, my school, picking my friends, because I couldn't make decisions. Till age of 23, 24, your brain is not fully developed. You need someone to guide it. But after 25, your parents should not teach you finances unless and until you want the finances they have already. So for me and my family, and even for Nidhi, they're wonderful people. We do everything for them, but I do not seek financial advice from my dad. Great gentleman, love him, will do everything for him and for my family. But it does not make sense for me to go to a mechanic when I need a heart surgery. I don't need a heart surgery because I take omega-3s. Okay, take your omegas. Take your omegas, very, very important. Sometimes we're like, no, I eat healthy. Green vegetables, cooked, no longer have the same component and same richness in it. Yeah, eat your fruits. I'm not saying don't eat your fruits, but then eat them, right? Just eating a little bit here and there and thinking I will skip the vitamins, you are rolling a dice on your future. I heard it from Pankaj. He said either you will take the white pills or you will take the green pills. You choose. Prescription or vitamins. I said vitamins, amen. And vitamins come with PV. I can make some money. Sounds like a great deal to me. So I didn't take my advice from my dad. Actually, my parents still want me to do an MBA, but I'm already MBA, my business Amway. So I tell them, you can tell your friends I have an MBA degree. They'll be happy. Separating emotional versus influence relationships. We didn't try to help our parents too early. I know my dad had debt to clear out, but I had to take care of myself. I didn't start putting my kid into 5 different activities. I didn't try to compare him with someone else. Oh, better than them. He will learn chess because dad couldn't be a grand chess master. So you will learn. Oh, you're from Indian descent. You have to be a chess champion. Why has the world to force you to be someone else? Why can't we make our own decision? Oh, the Instagram post said, I have to sleep 8 hours. No, your body tells you how many hours you should sleep. We are so crazy as a generation today. We let Instagram, everything on Instagram is true. You know, we quote Winston Churchill, Mahatma Gandhi. If all these people come alive, they will come tell you they didn't say none of those things. So please stop following stuff on Instagram and everything. And the best lesson I still truly feel, and I may change one day, but I feel the best lesson I can teach my kid is teaching them how to chase their dreams by me doing it. So if you are in this opportunity and you have kids, you have lost the rights to give up, because you give up, you just taught them by your example how to give up. Oh, you can make it sound really nice. Oh, it was hard and this and that. If it gets really hard, talk to your coach, talk to your coach's coach. There is always a solution. They say if you are seeking, you will find the solution. And my friends, I had to manage it. I found new group of friends. I found friends who had dreams and goals and aspiration. They talked about family in a good light. They talked about happiness. I had to trade some of my old friends with the new ones, because iron sharpens iron. Men get sharpened by men. So I had to put myself in the room with men and women who were smarter than me, who rubbed me to make sure I become a better person. And one relationship that me and Nidhi, we invest in is with our mentors. We have that respect, that admiration for them. When we talk, we don't keep anything. I can just talk for myself. I'm sure Nidhi is the same way. I don't keep anything in my heart. If I don't like something, I will bring it up nicely, respectfully, because I don't like to keep things with me and act it out. Yeah. I don't like to do lip service. I am who I am, and I work on myself. By the way, today's generation is so weird. They're like, oh, this is who I am. I get anxious, and they tell others how to treat them so they don't become anxious, versus working on their own anxiety. Millennials are really self-aware, but the problem is they stop at self-awareness versus self-creation also. I'm aware that I don't keep everything in my heart, but I also learned how to be respectful to communicate that to my coaches. Correct. So don't be like, oh, I'm self-aware, so I just tell you the way it is. Not really.
The crucial aspect of the relationship is the transparency and communication, right? So every relationship needs nurture. It could be a mentor and a mentee relationship, or a husband-wife relationship, or any relationships you have in your life. It requires nurturing. So to establish a relationship, you need communication, and to nurture a relationship, you need communication, transparency, and genuine love. Okay, and then that's how you nurture each relationship in your life.
That's so true. Next component is your energy. You and I are nothing but energy. You got to take care of ourselves. And biggest energy drainer is the could have, should have, would have. What is that guy doing? What is this guy doing? If you focus on too many other people, when you will focus on this, there's so much happening within us. Focus on this. Stop looking at others. And also stop. Biggest tip I can give you is you stop watching news. You'll have a happy life. Stop getting on the reels, the news channel. The news channels are supposed to be teaching you negative. They will never show you a sunset. They will never show you a rich person helping a poor person. They will never show you a genuine nice person helping someone cross the road, because that thing doesn't sell. Your and my goal is to make positivity loud. So stop committing to the negativity. Negative people are loud, but I'm also loud because I'm positive and I want to make positivity loud. So stop subscribing to the news. I see people sitting in India and we know everything about America. And sitting in America, you know everything about India. Oh, I need to keep in touch. No, you don't need to keep in touch with the world. I need to keep in touch with my own world. Right? News will suck the energy away from you. Stop arguing with people. Some of us, we are still trying to build a business to prove my friend that this works. Don't worry about them. They have moved on. You move on. And then every week you are hoping, you're posting pictures on social media of this meeting. Oh, amazing meeting. And you're hoping that friend likes it so you can build this business. You know, there is this famous story. There was a lion and a donkey. Lion and a donkey, they got into an argument. The donkey said, the grass is blue. The lion is like, are you kidding me? How can a grass be blue? Grass is always green. He's like, you want to have a bet with me? So they argued. So they said, let's go to the king of the jungle, the big lion. And you know the big lion, right? He's always sitting on a big rock somewhere. So this donkey and lion, they're running towards the rock. And the donkey yells, he says, hey, king, your lion has gone stupid. He's saying the grass is green. Tell him the grass is blue. And the king goes, yeah, the grass is blue. The lion is shocked. He's like, how can this be true? So the donkey is like, he wasted so much of my time. Put him in the jail. And the king is like, you are right, donkey. You are absolutely right. Put this lion in the jail. So this lion is absolutely confused. Like, what happened here? So when he's crossing, he's like, can I talk to the king at least once before I go to the jail? So this lion goes to the king lion and he says, you know the grass is green. Why are you agreeing with the donkey? And why are you putting me in the jail? He says, because I'm putting you in the jail because you're a lion and you're arguing with a donkey. And that's what a lot of us we try to do. You're arguing with your neighbor, with your friend, with your cousin. Oh, Amway is good. I am different. You don't need to prove nothing to no one. You prove it to yourself. I stopped wasting my words with people who deserved silence. And you know what? I let them do the talking, my results. And that included my own family. My own dad called me. I'm a Punjabi, by the way. My name is Kuldeep Singh. And if you know Punjabis, we have less verbs and more helping verbs. We curse a lot. So I remember him calling me on the phone and cursing me, saying, this is stupidity of doing the business. Talk to him today. Talk to him today. He will be like, this is the best opportunity. He's become so smart because of this and all that. So save your energy. Don't argue with people.
Yeah, correct. And, things that matters the most should never be at the mercy of things that matters the least. So if we keep our energy towards the things that matters the most, you'll automatically be able to conserve and preserve the energy to utilize it in a good way for good things and for good causes. And they also say that life happens to everyone, but it is how you manage it and how you respond to it. So if you're going through hell, don't rent a hotel there. Let's move out of there quickly. Some people have this self-pity thinking that, oh, look at me, this is what happened to me. I did 20 MJs, nothing happened, or this happened in my life, or that happened. If you see the success story of every emerald, every diamond, and if you hear them, most of them would have gone through some type of challenges which you would have gone through, which you are facing. The only difference is they learn how to overcome it. Okay, so every problem has a solution. We all have limited energy. So we will choose to divert our energy into finding solution versus trying to find problems.
Very
right?
true.
And solution is develop yourself and develop the skills. So I think
develop the skills. That's so true. Before you build the company, you build a CEO. So the daily listening, reading that you're doing, don't listen just to listen. After you're done listening, sit back and think, what did I learn from it and what can I apply? That goes into your notes. Once you're done reading, doesn't matter. Don't learn how to read fast. Learn how to read good so you can learn from it. Learn how to apply all those things in your life. Put yourself together. Business will come together for you. And that's where the biggest challenge is. What are the skills you need to acquire? How to connect with people, how to do a good presentation, how to be able to share the opportunity. You don't have to be a phenomenal conversationalist. You don't have to be a great communicator. You just have to be a clear communicator. And clarity of thoughts or clarity of words comes from clarity of thoughts. Skills are not developed. You're not never gifted with skills. You are gifted with gifts. But when you work on your gifts, you become skillful. Maybe one of you is a good singer, but if you stop singing, that was your gift, not mine. If I'd sing, you'll give up singing. You should not. But if your gift is singing, but if you don't work on your gift, that gift gets taken away. You have to work, you have to get skillful. Same here. The clarity of your communication is what is required for effective building of a business. And here's the biggest challenge. We think everyone is natural at it. We're like, oh, KD and Nidhi talk so well. You want to have my first talk? You will actually give up. You'll be like, man, this is horrible. Some of you will give up today, like, oh, he's talked so bad. Don't give up. You'll have better speaker next time, okay? And we come prepared. I have my notes with me. I'm not off script, right? Some people go off script. They talk without notes. I have to come prepared. There's difference between practice and preparation. Practice is when you have your presentation or your MG and you do it with yourself 3, 4, 5, 10 times. That's called practice. Ours is a performance business. Ours is a performance profession. Even if you're a practiced person, even if you're a practiced batsman, you could still go out on duck. You could still swing the bat and you could still not, still not score. You could still shoot the basketball. You're a practiced person, but you could still not score. Why? Because performance matter. And performance comes from everyday preparation. Before you do a meeting, what's your state of mind? What's your energy level? Are you eating too much? Are you eating less? Are you not taking vitamins? Are you in argument at home? Is your energy good? All that matters. So skills is one component, but there's difference between practice and preparation. And these two things IBOs never do. They think I'll be able to build this business if God wants me to. God wants you to, but he wants you to work for it as well. Little strategy, very simple. And me and Nidhi, we are also working on our double eagleship. We fell back. We are working and adding numbers back up to it. If our coaches want us to, we'll do it. With our strategy in the business is very simple. We say you put mass together, mass of people together. And from that mass, you'll find team players. And from those team players, you'll find leaders. The strategy is the simplest thing in this business. A lot of us, we have this superhero syndrome. You know why we like superheroes? Because we feel you need superpower to look like a superhero. In our business, you don't need superpowers. You just need consistency. You just need clear-hearted preparation. You need clear-hearted execution. You need to be tight with your coach, and you'll create that success. First team you'll put together is team of 10. That's where your mass comes from. In that 10, you'll find one performer, and that performer is you. So you'll find no performers actually. But out of those 10, you'll find some team players, 2 or 3 good people. You know who are your team players? They log into a meeting before you log in. They are there with you everywhere, no matter what. They are your wingman or wing lady or whoever. They are there everywhere for you. They are your team players. And out of those team players, you'll find 1 or 2 leaders. So your group of 10, you'll find 0 leaders. Hopefully you are the leader. But the moment you take that group from 10 to 20, maybe you'll find one person who's duplicating you. He's running the show on his own. And then you take to 30, 40, 0 to 40 to 50 people team is sheer work effort or sheer work ethic. There's no leadership required in it. Beyond that, breaking pins, breaking platinums, you need leadership. But that's where you have your coach. They are watching your organization. And the best strategy I can give you on this skill development and tactics of this business is, this is a game of chess. Every piece plays a role. I started as a pawn somewhere, but I kept moving. And you know, right? When a pawn keeps moving to the other side of the board, what happens? You can choose who you're going to become, right? Now, if you're a guy, you don't have to become queen. You can become a king. Okay, so, but your coach has a role to play. As you progress, your coach's role is also going to go to the next level. So don't worry too much about the strategy. Worry about your consistency every single day.
Right. And be it skill development, be it doing process appointments, be it retail, be it creating the team. Here is the best part. It is not gender specific. Okay. Ours is an opportunity where it's pure logical, mathematical, with love and emotion. Now, if you do certain volume, you get certain amount paid. It's as simple as that. There is no gender specifications in it, right? So you could be someone who is building it by yourself, girl or boy. You could be someone building as a team of a husband and wife, or you could be married but building it by yourself. All scenarios are acceptable, they are great, and they are eligible for success. Okay, so KD has gone platinum all by himself, and then we both started working on the business together. There are multiple examples of people coming from different walks of life creating tremendous success. Okay, so it's not based on your gender, it's not based on your profession, it's only based on how quickly you want to move forward, how aggressively you want to chase your goals, and how soon you want to start working on yourself, on your skills, develop it, refine it, and then build your network asset. That's the only determining factor, nothing else. So we found that it's an equal playing field to be unequal. And that's one of the greatest part of being in this mentorship opportunity, as well as utilizing Amway as a platform where nothing else matters, only your own desire, your work ethic, and you can choose your own pace. If you want to run 1,000 kilometers an hour, you go ahead and do that. Nobody can stop you. And if you want to run 10 kilometers an hour, you can go ahead and do that too. No one should force you. It's your business. You run it the way you want to run it, but then also be ready for the results you create with it as well. It's your result, and you need to be accepting of that one too. So,
yeah. And when it comes to mentorship and coaching, guys, like it or not, you have some of the best coaches in your pocket. They're literally there to work for you. So if you're listening in and you're like, what about the skill development? If you're a new partner and you don't have at least 3 to 4 or 5 partners launch, if you don't have 3, 4, 5, 6 legs, you're not even an eagle, Your only skill, in my opinion, there are two skills you need to master. Number one is sponsor your coach in your business. Get in their back pocket. They should be willing to give you time, not just to coach you, but to do the work for you. You know, your coach has read hundreds of books and they are really skillful they're launching new people. Why are they launching people in the width? They should be launching in your depth. They're launching in the width because they're not found a champion. That is what they're telling you. I didn't find a champion, so I'm launching people in the width. You tell them you're a champion with your action. So you know what they'll do? They'll take their time and effort and they will launch people for you from your network. So the second skill you have to learn, only second skill you have to learn, is how to invite your friend for a conversation with a coach. And then you sit back and watch the show. You watch a Virat Kohli face, I don't even know the cricket players, Shoaib Akhtar. I don't know if he's playing or not, but you watch your nasty friend being trained and being tamed by your coach because that's who they are expert. Oh, but my coach doesn't give me time because they don't count on you yet. They are willing to put their bet on you, but are you willing to put the bet on you? How did I put my bet on myself? I stopped eating outside. I took my money. I had to pay debt for my dad, but I pulled back money. I said, 5 years, I'll become selfish. I'll take care of this guy so that I can take care of everyone around me who needs help. So 2 skills, sponsor your coach in your business. Number 2, not with your words, okay, with your action. And number 2, learn how to bring people for discussions, because this mentorship is not like a travel agent. Your coach doesn't sign your ticket and say, go. It's a tour guide. They will do the work for you if they can count on you. Now, if some of your coaches are not doing the work and you've discussed for a certain reason, don't call them like, you don't count on me or what? Don't do all those funny things, okay? And if you don't like your coach, one is talk to them tonight. Hey, I don't like you for this reason. Forgive me. I want to keep my ego aside. Can you help me build the business? Because you can only have 2 things in life. Either you can have ego or you can have lifestyle. I choose lifestyle. Ego goes to the bank somewhere. Rich people have mentors. Rich people have coaches. Warren Buffett has his coach, Charlie Munger. And it's amazing, right? Law of association. Warren Buffett is 93 years of age. Guess what his friend's age is? 99. Both of them look very unhealthy. Big bellies, gray hair, baggy. They have bad clothes. Never had a heart surgery. But we'll never consider them healthy. Why? Because they don't look in shape. Now, I'm not saying you get out of shape by eating dosas and vadas and all that. I'm not saying none of that stuff. Don't start eating chicken wings and all every single day. But just keep things in perspective. Have a coach for yourself. Open up with them. Talk to them. Mentorship is not going to get you out of the crisis. Mentorship is designed for you to avoid crisis. So get in touch with them before you hit the problem. And no masterpiece was created by a lazy artist. Masterpieces are never done by lazy artists. Mentorship will not work if you don't work. So the dirty and the best 4-letter word to this whole equation is WORK. And I love this. And they say, if you are flirting with success, you will end up marrying failure. I don't want to say this, but those are the tones I have in my mind. The day I don't feel like doing it, day I start thinking I have other options, then I ground myself. I'm flirting success here. I don't want to marry failure. I'm married to a winner. I just want to continue to stay married to her and marry things that I'm going to create for her. That's a little bit about mentorship.
Right. And we all want to go all in, right? We all want to create the success for ourselves, for our family, to make our coaches proud. And also there are certain promises which we have made to our downlines, our team members as well. So we are accountable to everyone who is counting on us. And I know a lot of you are ready to move on. You are ready to make sure that you keep all the distractions away and give your prime focus, prime energy to the business so that it can take care of rest of the other things for you. And you don't have to worry about the situation and or problem that is bothering you currently. Correct? So when you want to go all in, we got to write down the answers of these 3 simple questions and send it to your coach. Reflect upon it, send it to your coach. First question, I will grow if whatever comes in your mind, whatever help you need, whatever things that stops you, I will grow if. Second, how can I maximize mentorship? What help would you need from your coach? Third, what puts me in a pit? Like what throws me off? It's a pattern, and you will repeat that pattern until you get it right. Katie was talking about life teaches you lesson, right? Life will teach you the same lesson until you learn it.
Ooh.
So we don't want to repeat the same mistake. And then every time the distraction comes, you would notice there is a pattern. So then go back and think about it. What puts me in a pit? What throws me off? Write it down and then figure out the solution, how not to get there. Okay, so 3 simple questions. I will grow if, how can I maximize the mentorship, and what puts me in pit? Give it a thought, send it to your coach. Make sure that you have your plan ready to grow yourself and grow your business, because we are just getting started and we know what this business can do for ourselves, for our family, but we are more excited to see what this business is doing and will be doing for the people that we work with, for our downlines, when they buy a new home, when they buy a new car, when their kid goes to a new activity, when they win medals in whatever things that they are doing, we feel very proud.
Yes.
Okay, when they help someone else, we feel extremely excited, because
Yes.
it's a tremendous happy feeling to see them succeed and to see them moving on and to see them buying and doing things for themselves, their family and their kids. It's the joy to see them blossoming into their life, and that's what inspires us and helps us move on.
Yes, love it. And so that's where you have those 6, 7, 8 different areas that you need to get under control so that you can start putting this thing on fire for yourself. Now, you may try to do this mechanically or logically, and it'll not work for you. If tonight you try to do all this, let me do some time management, money management, I'll do everything, it'll not work for you, because the driving factor to all this is your dream. That's the center fuel. So if you have not shined or shown your dream, or whatever that word is, if you don't work on your dream every single day, every single month, then you will not have the desire to get into time management. Why would you want to seek advice from another man when you yourself don't have a dream? Anytime you push back on mentorship is because your dream is small. Anytime your coach says something and you're going in the shell and you're like, no, I don't want to listen to him, and you're not willing to have a conversation, it's because your dream power is low. Add on to your dream, you will be very open to learn new things. And that's what me and Nidhi, we keep in our mind. Why would I be willing to sit down and take notes and develop my skills? Because I have a dream. I want to accomplish certain things I want to accomplish. So fuel your dream. That's why they say, remember I said that early on, the man makes a dream, then the dream makes the man. If you have a tiny dream, you'll become a tiny man. And same goes for a girl or a woman, right? But if your dream is out there, it's bigger than you, size 4 big, you will grow into it, because that's who we are as humans. We will accomplish whatever we put our heart and soul on. The problem is today as a generation, we put our heart and soul on remembering the statistics of LeBron James and Virat Kohli and what's happening in Hollywood and what's happening in Bollywood, who got the Oscar. That is what our passion is today. And no wonders we are numb to opportunities like this. If you ever feel you don't have a desire to pursue this, it's not because you're a bad person. It's not that you don't have a dream, but you got lost somewhere. Channel back and say, what am I creating for myself? Okay. And as I'm just wrapping this up, a couple of last parting thoughts, and then we'll just bring this to a conclusion. I hope, first of all, our time was worth it with you. Hope you have some crazy dreams for yourself, right? Maybe one of your dreams could be just walking in one day to your home. Maybe you live away from your family, or maybe you live with your family and you go Founders Emerald or Diamond, you get a big check. And you're making, I don't know, as an emerald, I heard you make 4 or 5 lakh in India, not an emerald in India yet. So you're making 4 or 5 lakh. That's like close to 70, 80 lakh a year or more income like that. And then imagine just driving to your home in a brand new, I don't know, Mercedes or a BMW. Maybe your parents can't even say Beamer properly. They can't even say BMW. They go BW what? So that's okay. But they will be owner of it. Why? Because you as a son or a daughter drive it and park it in the home. And they're like, oh, your parents are like, they don't even want to take the plastic off that. They think this is a borrowed car. They're like, when are you returning? Which friend of yours gave it to you? And you're like, yeah, that friend of mine, he started a company and he's doing good. And your parents are like, I remember I told you, do that, what that guy is doing. This Amway thing doesn't work. And then you're like, but I have this car for next 10 years with me. Why? I bought it with Amway money. And look at your mom and dad. They will be shocked. And even better, when you go to buy that car, you walk in with torn clothes. You look like a loser. You're not a loser. Your clothes doesn't decide how good or bad you are. But anyways, dress up well. But you go into a dealership with torn clothes, messed up hair, didn't even brush that day because you're out of glister, and you're a core IBO, no glister, no brush. And you walk into a dealership and you have torn clothes, and the owner is like, who's this guy? We have no money for him. And you're getting near the car and the salesman is like, hey, get away. You're like, I want to buy this car. They're like, how will you buy this car? Your car loan will not go through. No, I bought cash with me. Where is your cash? It's on my bike. I brought a bike. I have cash. And you are crazy because you're an IBO. And you're an IBO on an Empowerment Global team. And we are crazy, stupid people. And you are so crazy, you didn't take big cash with you. You took one rupee bills with you, $1 bills, and you shoved it in 10 bags. And your, bikes, right? In India, it's all over the place. You have 10 bags on a bike. And you're carrying them and you're taking that guy's help. Leave it here. He's like, did you loot a bank or something? No. These are my money. And you give them, and they're like, but how do we know this is full money for the car? You're like, that's okay. When you finish counting, send the car home. That's how crazy you are. And that's when people will write blogs about you. But now they will say, oh, this Amway thing works, but these people are stupid. When they get rich, they are arrogant. They are bold. That is okay. We anyways never, I'll leave you last with this. I never saw a statue of a cute boy or a cute girl. They only put statues of warriors who stood up. And our fight is not the external world. Our fight is we ourselves. So we are so thankful to the Empowerment Global as a community, all our coaches, all our mentors, and we are no big deal. We are just getting started. We are still the same naive kids. We have the same passion. And I'm so thankful that my dreams and goals, we have accomplished a lot, but this is the best thing that has happened for us. God has blessed us with so many more bigger dreams and goals. And a lot of you are part of those dreams and goals. So we have no options not to accomplish them. And with God's grace and all your blessings and love, we know we're going to make it happen. And that's all from us. And thank you for having us. Hope this was a value add. Tonight, when you sit down, after all this buying Beamers and BMWs and all this energy management and everything, what do? Tonight, sit on the edge of your bed and you ask this one important question. Nidhi asked you those 3 questions. Do that and ask this one last question. What is one thing that I could do that I should do? One thing. What is that one thing I could do that I should do so I can start creating success for my family? And then let's just do that one thing, not all the things, just one thing, and your life will start changing for sure. So God bless you all. We love you so much. We can't wait to see every one of you flourish, multiply, and maybe 3 years later, 5 years later, we get a text that you're a new, Q12 Emerald Diamond on the team, as me and Nidhi are new diamonds on the team. And you're texting us like, your BBS that day, I was half asleep, but I got up and I got rid of all my baggage and I put this on fire. So we love you all. You guys take care. Back to you, Vinay and Priya. Thank you.
Wow, that was phenomenal. Oh my God, I'm still fired up. So much of wealth of information. KD and Nidhi, we did not want this to end. We wanted this to continue. It was so much of raining information, nuggets, and tips for all of us to implement, grow, and take our business to the next level. And thank you so much for pouring your heart and sharing with all of us today. With the India team. The India team is going to multiply and move on to the next levels, absolutely making it happen. With that, we are done for this session. And thank you so much once again, KD and Nidhi. Yeah, thank you.